Hello. Hello. I'm so excited. I found a nook that my computer can sit in where I can plug it in and I can hopefully do all of the parts in front of you guys. Whereas last time, I feel like I had extension cords, whether or not you guys saw it, I had like 5 extension cords leading to the island, a mess. So I'm excited. I'm in this little nook over here, which I'll give you a tour of in a minute. But I'm pumped because everything I'm going to show you guys today is really easy. My goal for the holidays, and those of you who've been with me for a while, you've heard me talk about worth it moments and stuff like that. And I think there should be specific things we look forward to eating at the holidays that we know might aggravate our hormones or make things harder on us. I think there are moments that's entirely worth it. But I think that I look forward to the holidays because I make even more hormone friendly food and it's more festive. I don't think about it as like, I can't have that, I can only eat this. I think about it as I eat the things I'm really excited to eat and I get to enjoy holiday food no matter what around that time. So I was gonna actually, I was thinking about doing turkey legs for tonight, but I think that there's no way those will cook in time. So we're gonna do a rice version of stuffing. We're gonna do cranberry slaw. We're gonna do Cauli Mash that doesn't suck and it doesn't smell like farts. And then I'm gonna show you guys how to do the only dough that I was gonna do last week because it's really easy. So let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna do the cranberry stuff first. I'm gonna open up the chat here. I want you guys pick my brain about cooking, anything as I'm doing all this. Because I don't know, I'd like to talk it out as I'm doing this stuff. It might get boring. So feel free in the chat to ask away. Okay, cranberry. So you want to get a package of cranberries, and I'm going to post all of the recipes and ingredients list with the Zoom recording on the page, and I'll post it in the chat as well. So we're going to take our package of cranberries, and there's like, I don't know, I was a little OCD when I first started using raw fresh cranberries because I heard that they can make you sick if you eat any that are just like a little too ripened. Oh, and I missed one. And I used to do it where, that one was so gross. I used to do it where you bounce each individual cranberry, and if it bounces, then that's like a good cranberry. And then I read a bunch of stuff that said you don't have to go that far. After I did it for several packages, every single one. But as long as you just get rid of any of the mushy ones or just browned, you know, if they don't look really firm and like you kind of want them to feel like maybe they're underripe. So I got them. And once you have all the bad ones picked out, hopefully, the one that escaped me before, then you give it a good rinse, let the water drain out. This is super easy. Okay, NutriBullet cup. Got cranberries in here. I don't know that they're all gonna fit in one go. I usually prepare half a batch at a time. I don't know if you guys saw my story the other day. I had the Swerve muffin mix and I mixed some of these crushed up in it as well. So good, so good. But I'm only gonna do a little bit for now. Okay, so you got your cranberries in here. I'm gonna zest your orange. Trying to do this fast. There is no fast way to do this because my hands don't really grip right. Thank you, rheumatoid arthritis. But this would usually take me a much longer time. You can also, I love these graters because when they come with the plastic sleeve like this, I actually got this in my culinary kit when I went to culinary school, but you just turn it the other way and slide it in. And then what you can do is take your time, grate the whole thing, and it all gets trapped in here. And then you just push it into your container. So I'll add this after because you can remix it and flavor it. It's not like it's like a set it and it's done kind of thing. So for the sake of time, I will finish zesting that. I'm putting 4 packets of stevia in here. I'm just getting over a low blood sugar, so if you see me shaking, do not be alarmed. I am on the come up, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Now you can either add more sugar-free syrup, sugar stevia if you'd like. I am going to use sugar-free orange syrup from Tirani. And I don't measure. I'm so sorry. A little spattering of that. I have regular orange juice. Splash of that. And then I don't know why I feel like that didn't seal right. Well, we shall find out if I am wearing it. So, I don't have a food processor. Funny story. I got one. I put one on my wedding registry, and someone got it for us. And then, but they got it in a different color than I wanted. And I returned it saying, okay, I'm going to immediately use that to buy the one that I want in the color that goes with the other appliances and stuff. And they didn't have it in that color. So I was like, I'll come back for it. I never got a food processor. I used it for other stuff. I think it was like at Macy's or something, but good old NutriBullet. So it's going to be loud. Just pulse it. Don't hold it down because you're going to get a puree. I like mine a little chunky. Plus, you want to try, you don't want to mix it too much because you want to taste it and see if you change anything. I didn't get a tasting spoon, so. Really good. It's a little tart still. Add a little more of that. And this is good because you can keep this for, like, you don't have to eat it right away. Like, the longer it sits in its juice, the better. And that's literally it. That's it. You throw it in and you mix it. And then you have delicious cranberry goodness. Okay, so who likes cranberry and who only likes like the artificial cranberry in the can? Because I love both, but I found that there is it's like a very divided group. So which one are you? Do you like the cranberry jello in the can, or are you a fresh cranberry kind of person? Only can. I would have thought I would have been the same, but it's so good. You can actually make this into a similar one to the jelly. You just keep pureeing it, keep mixing it, keep mixing it, keep mixing it, and then you would strain it to get all the pulp out, and then use that plus probably a little cranberry juice from a jar, a bottle to help out, and then just put the gelatin with that and just find a tin can to keep it in. Don't tell anyone on the internet though, because they'll tell you you're gonna die because you used a tin can. But you can get away with it for the holidays. Okay, so let's make some stuffing. Oh my God, it's a really small area. Nick was like, are you too cramped? I'm like, no, this is fine. This is my area that I have everything. You can't see because it's back there. It's all over here. What happens when your contractors don't listen to you and you ask them to put an outlet in your island because you record yourself cooking? I digress. Okay, stuffing. First part of stuffing is we're going to be using this white rice. I love white rice because it has a ton of protein in it. It's like 10 grams per serving of protein. It's got 25 grams per serving of carb. So it's not exactly like low carb, but it is way lower carb than rice. And because it contains the fiber and the protein in it, it helps with insulin release. So you're going to release insulin nice and slowly, rather than getting a big spike like you would typically from regular rice. I just get this at the grocery store. These have become really popular. You can also get them on Amazon or Nutrition. Did we have some of this at last year's retreat? I think we did. I don't remember anything I made at the retreat. I have to go check. I have to double check the recipes I have. But I hope so, because this is good. Okay, so I'm gonna take your white rice. I'm gonna use broth instead of water for the rice. Goodbye for now. Okay, so we're gonna do, what is it, 1.5 cups. Not broth. And we're just gonna put that on, bring it to a boil. Let's see if my stove wants to cooperate. This stove, like I get a lot of compliments on it, and my answer will almost always be, do you want it? Because it's beautiful, but it gives me nothing but agita. Come on. I think we're good. Okay, so that's gonna boil. In the meantime, let's chop up some veggies. Yeah, this area needs an overhaul. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm gonna get my peeler. I feel like I had to go, it looked like I had to go into my bedroom for this peeler, but it's right over there, I promise. So, what are your all favorites for Thanksgiving? I was like trying to think, I'm like, what the hell do people eat on Thanksgiving? Because like, I have various European immigrants, for example. I don't know that I've ever had a traditional Thanksgiving. We have Greek coming in from mom. We got Argentinian and Italian from dad. We got Polish from my brother-in-law's family, who we've been going to for Thanksgiving the last couple of years. So what the hell do people eat on Thanksgiving besides turkey? Rookie move. Rachel Wright would be so mad I didn't get a garbage bowl. Cranberry. Oh, the cranberry, yes. The cranberry, I remember that now. I made that last year at the retreat. Stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, sweet potatoes, and marshmallow. Oh my God, I've never had that and I've always wanted it. Rolls. So, guys, my knife skills, I'm not going to try and be fancy and like, I'm just going to hide my hands as they get closer. I do not pride myself on my knife skills, okay? Knives scare the shit out of me. It scared me in culinary school and they still scare me now. That's a decent enough chop, I guess. Okay, and our pot is boiling. Super easy. Turn off the heat. Throw your rice in. Just put the lid on. And then we forget about it. Okay. Easy enough, right? Really need a garbage bowl. Just gonna leave the garbage open. So we got our chopped celery. Then my favorite, I prefer this to onion. I love shallots. You see me put it in a lot of my cooking. It has a much more delicate flavor. They cook down really nice. Like you almost can't even tell that they're in the food, which I prefer with onion because I just want the flavor. I don't want to be chewing on them. So we're gonna put a shallot in here. Oh, gotta peel it first. You also cry less with shallots than when you're cutting onions. Anybody else just randomly dance as they're doing kitchen stuff? Like I definitely happy dance when I eat and when I'm cooking. Okay, so they're so pretty. I love shallots. Like, look how pretty this is. Oh, it fell apart. But like, it's far more delicate than an onion. Like you can see, it's just softer. I don't know. I'm autistic, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because of that. But give it another chop. Dogs can't eat them. Be careful. Okay, and then last the carrots. I loved cooking for you guys at the retreat, by the way, Ash. That was so fun. It's always my favorite part. I almost didn't, like, I almost planned it that we weren't going to cook for the California retreat. And then I was like, no. I'm like, I don't care if I don't know the kitchen or any of the stores nearby. We're going to do it. And hurricane and all, it worked out. Different people were like, what if you just held your retreats at a convention center? I'm like, you can't cook at a convention center. Okay, so not my finest chop. You should try to probably make these a little bit smaller, whatever. We're not going to be cooking this for an eternity, so. Okay, rice is setting up in there. Oh shit, I didn't set a timer. I think it's like 12 minutes. Figure I was chopping for a few, so 45, 55. Check at 8:57. People remember that 8:57. Okay, remind me. So got our veggies here. Damn, the olive oil. So I'm gonna grab olive oil. Okay. Jesus Christ. I'm choosing olive oil for this because we're using turkey and turkey can be kind of like dry and bland. So I think good rich olive oil gives you that flavor. And plus we're not trying to like cook the shit out of the stuff. So you don't have to worry about the smoke point or anything like that. So we are going to, how did I do this? Which order? All right, cool. So when I say like a swig, if you ever hear me talk about a measurement that way and I annoy the crap out of you with it because I understand, I mean like around the sides like that. Okay, so just once around the container. That's what I mean. That's a Michelle measurement, a Michellerment, if you will. So again with this stove, beautiful, worst oven ever. Okay. Just roll that around. You're gonna add all your veggies in before it's hot. We're not trying to fry these, we're just trying to get them softened. This might splatter, so I'm gonna grab a lid. Good way to make sure it's cooked enough is when your carrots are translucent. If your carrots are overcooked, it's like Nick loves overcooked carrots. So I'll like cook it a little extra, but look for your carrots to be translucent. That's how you know this is good. Okay. So while that's going, I'll show, oh, I gotta put the Cauli Mash in. Okay. So Cauli Mash, we use frozen. This is the frozen one we use, just bird's eye. Pretty standard. We're gonna pop it in the microwave. Forget how long it says. 4 minutes. 4 minutes on high. What you guys are saying. We loved being cooked for too. So nice. Yay. I still make the tomato soup. It's just so easy and it's so good. That's my mantra with all food. Easy. Something just like fly off my hand. Easy and good. Food doesn't need a lot to taste good. It's just, you know, a few basics. I still forget exactly what I did to the chickpeas at the Chicago resort retreat. Maybe I was foreshadowing. But at the San Diego retreat, I like threw together something with chickpeas and I'm still racking my brain trying to figure out exactly how I flavored it and what I did. Don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to get a 3rd-degree burn. Probably shouldn't be using a flimsy spatula, but I've made it this far. Okay, this is like really aggressive. Chill. So the trick for the Cauli Mash to make it not farty is you got to strain it. There's so much excess liquid on it, like in it, that's why it's all watery and farty and nobody wants to eat that. It just reminds you that you're eating cauliflower, you know, and not that that's a bad thing, but it's not a good thing either when you really know you're eating cauliflower, you know, there's like a line. So when you're done microwaving it, you strain it and you're going to be so surprised at how much excess water comes out. Then we're going to add some butter, some mascarpone cheese, and some heavy cream. Yep. Yep. How many of you are like, that's healthy? What the hell is healthy? You know, like healthy is something that we could talk about this forever. Healthy is something that was just made up to make people feel bad about eating if they were above a certain weight. It's just fear mongering. There's lots of studies on, you know, natural sources of fat. And if you can handle dairy, great. If you cannot handle dairy, you can replace it with vegan cream cheese, or if you don't have mascarpone, you can use cream cheese, vegan butter or plant-based butter, and then a unsweetened creamer instead, same effect. And then the magic of it all, garlic salt. I love putting garlic salt in everything. Okay, those are almost done. You don't want them mushy, remember, just a little bit translucent, a little less like solid and opaque looking. Any questions so far? They're pretty much done. My microwave is making crazy sounds. Okay, so then all you're gonna do, you've got your veggies. It's very hard to see, but you see they're softened a bit. You're going to put this in with your rice. And I'll show you the rice. I forgot to do that. You can see, you can't see, hold on. Jesus, okay. So if you can see the rice, pretty much all of the liquid. My God, the angles here. If only I had a production crew, you know, just slacking. But if you can see, the rice absorbed all the water and it softened. And if you can't see, just trust me, that's what happened. So we're gonna mix that. This will continue to cook down. The rice will continue absorbing because it is not the time. Oh, we're 1 minute shy of when I told you guys, 8:57. Look at that complete chance. I had no idea what time it was. So we're gonna put that to rest. And my Cauli Mash is done. I didn't even plan this. Look at this. I love it when the plan comes together. That didn't close fully. It's okay. So look at this nasty, farty, watery Cauli Mash. Blech. Farty Cauli Mash. Okay. So we're gonna transform this bitch. Let's do this. Right in the strainer. Part central right now. I hate that it comes in a plastic container because now I'm like, I don't want to be, I'm not plastic crazy. Like I don't, there's a certain level of toxicity we cannot escape as a growing population. I believe that. But I also like to like mitigate where I can. And microwaving in plastic might just be OCD, but I hate it. Hate it, hate it. Fart juice, that's all that. If you wanted to get real crazy, you could actually put a coffee filter in here and then be able to like press down on it. If you press it without the coffee filter, it's just gonna go through. But put a coffee filter if you're like, I want no excess moisture in here besides what I'm putting in for flavor. Coffee filter it up. Okay, while that's straining, I'm gonna get my turkey. Looks like brains. I hate raw meat, I really do. Come. All right, and we're off. So when this is nice and hot, I'm gonna put a little bit more olive oil. Olive oil is extremely anti-inflammatory. Don't you dare measure it. Do you think any Greek ever measures their olive oil in any of their 120 years they're alive? No. So don't be afraid of olive oil. Okay. We're gonna have a game. Take a shot of juice. No, that's not hormone friendly. Take a shot of decaf coffee with peppermint creamer in it every time I say okay when there's quiet. So this pan's already hot from before, and I have some veggie shrapnel in there that's bubbling up so I can see that it's nice and hot. Be careful with this part. All right, put it in the middle there and then don't touch it for a minute. Add some more of the powder of the flavor gods. I'm gonna get a better spatula. I think it's gonna melt. We don't have a better spatula, so we're gonna use this old spoon for my mother-in-law. Okay, so now that it's been cooking a little, now you break it up. The reason you do that is you want it to get browned on the bottom. If you do this right out the gate, you're gonna overcrowd your pan and you're gonna end up just steaming the turkey because all the steam that's between them, they're just gonna allow too much moisture. So you wanna like sear it as a whole for a minute and then try to spread it out as it's cooking. Turkey naturally releases a lot of fluid as well, so hopefully this one doesn't. Wow, can you guys see? Sorry. There we go. So we're just gonna brown this turkey. I'm not really gonna move it much. I'm gonna wait for that to get, a little crusty on the bottom. If it does, again, there's a lot of fluid in it, so I'm not sure. Probably give it one stir and then I'm gonna throw it in that rice with the veggies to finish it. Intrusive thought if I dropped the computer right now and it smashed into a million pieces. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Did we? Oh, we got a little bit of brown. Okay, cool. All right, all right. Look, I'm gonna dangle this raw turkey for you guys to see. See that brown? There's like some lines of brown on there. That's what we want. We don't want it cooked. I'm gonna stir it like I just stirred it the final time. Posture, like I can hear my mom yelling at me, stand up straight. Ew, I got raw turkey on my grater. Oh. There is a lot of wet liquid coming off with this. So I am going to wash my hands real quick and then strain some of this water. I'm gonna be right back. Smells like turkey. It's a weird thing to say, but it's a good smell, I promise. The reason we don't want a lot of water in there, I got rid of my schmutz cup. The reason we don't want a lot of water in there is because then you won't get any browning. And if you remember from my cooking video, where I mispronounced the Maillard effect, we called it a Maillard effect, that browning, that's flavor. The more liquid there is, the less browning. The less browning, the more bland. So we're a big fan of getting rid of excess fluid. It's another weird thing to say. So we're at about this point, and I'm going to now put this in with our rice and our veggies. A good stir. Now I'm going to take some butter, about a tablespoon. I'm not going to measure. I'm just telling you in case you're freaked out of how much butter to put. And honestly, I'm eyeballing it. It's about a tablespoon, but you're not going to over butter the stuffing. This is turkey. It needs help. Turkey needs help being bad, so give it butter. Okay. And I'm gonna also do a little splash, another splash of, or swig of broth. And we dance again. Okay. Just let that chill out. All right, so now we got our Cauli Mash. No more water, like it's not worth holding out for it, but I want to show you guys how much fluid came out. Hold on. Farts, if it was liquid right here. No one wants this. So I'm glad we got rid of it. Okay. Actually, I can probably move that. Oh, that one's nice and fast. Okay, cool. All right, so we got that on there. Here's my spoon. Got the spoon. All right, so a spoonful. Another about tablespoon of butter. And a splash of heavy cream. And then we're just gonna stir this. I wish it were possible to set my laptop up for you guys to see, but you know, you get the gist, I think. You know what's happening. We're at about 38 minutes. And we got the stuffing done, the slaw done. These are about to be done. I just realized I committed the ultimate sin and I did not season. And then the dough, the only dough is gonna come together in like a minute. What are you thinking so far, guys? Are you excited to try this? Is it easier than you thought? Now you just let some of that excess liquid cook off. Okay. Let me clean up a bit. And we'll do this dough. The back is like, we're done for today, girl, right? And I'm like, don't worry, I have ADHD and I decided to make 6 things in a half hour. So I still have good food. And at least you guys are having fun, I hope. Okay. Not farty at all. Not farty at all. This is so good. You're gonna want to eat this, I promise. I'm not just saying that because it's like better than potatoes. Like nothing's better than potatoes. But if you're not trying to have potatoes and you're trying to have cauli mash, this is the way to do it. All right. Make sure turkey is all cooked. I don't know why I went in with this spoon. Ow. Okay. And I like the Spanish style white rice for this because I think it's just like perfectly seasoned for it. That's it. Clean up a bit, and then we're gonna make some dough. So looks super good and not runny. So good. Also, fun fact, if you put some like cauli florets, that like the bubbly part of the cauliflower, if you get some of that and you grate it and you mix it into this mash within like the last couple minutes of you mixing, it makes it almost, again, nothing as good is going to be as good as grits or potatoes, but it gives you that grit kind of feeling. It's so good. I love it. Okay. We're in the home stretch. Are you guys having fun? Imagine someone says no. This is a disaster. Let me spray. Let me tell you, in culinary school, I had the messiest station, but I had the cleanest station. And that is on neurodivergence. Because I couldn't stand seeing like just food schmutz on the counter. Like I'm a messy person, so stuff on the counter, okay. And then I'd get yelled at for having too much stuff on the counter. What are you guys most intimidated to cook? I want to do a class that's just like intimidating food. And I'm kind of also toying with the idea of having like a program just for cooking down the line. I have enough for right now. Okay, let's do the damn thing. If you have not made only dough yet, this is going to be your new favorite thing. And for we used dairy-free shredded cheese when we were at the retreat, and I honestly loved it. Like I kind of liked how it came out. The dairy-free one came out better than the regular one. So this is a good convertible recipe. So baking for me is the hard one, intimidating, and I barely ever do it. It's one of those where it seems so much harder than it is. I liked it because I liked the science behind everything. Like my brain, I needed to know like how these things happen, like what happens scientifically when you're baking and stuff like that. But you don't need to know that stuff. I think it's just intimidating. It seems like it's easy to mess up. So, it's like, I don't bother with that. But I mean, I'm biased. I went to culinary school for pastry, but it is so much easier than people think. If you can cook a steak, you can bake something, So I'm a winging it type of cooking, but it sometimes requires science. But if something requires science, I'm out. That is the truth in terms of like, I will bake for fun because it is something that is different and needs thought and stuff like that. So it's a standalone kind of thing. I wouldn't bake every other day, like any old day, because I don't think anybody does that. Like, I think people have to mentally prepare to bake something, because of what you're saying, like it's a process. But once you get the core recipe down, then you can just alter it with different flavorings and stuff like that. And it can get like, you have endless options. That's my favorite part about baking. So, dairy-free conversions that don't suck. It's like, so it came out crispier. It's not as like chewy and flexible as the regular cheese, but it's not like crumbly. It wasn't crumbly at all. It just had a crispier, crispy, I guess is the right word, like a crispy pie crust versus like crispy flaky almost, aside from chewier, which is like the regular cheese. So watch this. Okay. Here's my recipe because I still need it. Okay, we're doing 2 cups shredded mutz. I hate the way cheese smells in the package. It's another thing for me. 2 cups of shredded nuts. I almost put this all into the containers nice and neatly before doing the Zoom, and then I'm like, nah. I'm like, it's more relatable when they see me throwing shit around, you know? Because, you know, you guys aren't gonna just like have this chilling, ready for you, like mise en place by your production crew. So neither did I. Okay, so we got 2 cups of shredded nuts. Oh, 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. Okay. So cups of shredded nuts. We've got our 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. And then what is this? Well, half a teaspoon. Where are you? Can't read. Okay. Half a teaspoon xanthan gum. You're gonna give this a very like loose stir because this is in no way going to come together yet. So you're not doing it wrong. Right? We're gonna microwave it for 40 seconds and I'll be back. I also think I'm a creature of habit. So once I make something one time, I'll make it again and again. My thing is getting myself to make it the first time. Yeah, that is neurodivergence in a nutshell. But that's why, you know, sometimes recipes just like look a lot more involved than they are. This is the easiest thing. You put it in a bowl, you microwave it, you mix it. Okay. As you can see, not a whole lot different than when I put it in there, but still, you know, a little soggy, starting to come together a smidge. Okay, so I give it a little mix, back in again. Oh, I can't wait to eat. I'm like, this was quick and it was easy, but I'm still like, ooh, I'm ready to just sit on my ass and eat and just go on TikTok. How do you guys like the 8:30 time? I know everybody voted for like in the poll, a lot of you put for later than 8:30 or later than 8. But I cannot do that because I would be too tired. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a jump, especially in the Pacific time zone, because I know like 8 p.m. here, you're what, just getting out of work at 5. So is it a little bit better? It threw me off too at first. Like I was rushing around. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so late. And then I realized it was 8:30 instead. I was like, oh, okay. But oh, you're in Hawaii, Becca. That's right. Oh, it's 3:30 by you. Oh, is it weird seeing me like in my pajamas at night over here? How are you doing with jet lag? Aloha. This day and time works great. Awesome. There's only one Tuesday a month. Cool. Welcome. Yay. Well, let me stir again. See, it's coming together. It's a little bit more doughy. Back in we go. I can't believe Thursday. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving already. We were cleaning the leaves out of the pool like We finally covered the pool, but all the leaves that fell on the top of it today. And I was like, why is it so cold? It's like 50 something out. And I was like, oh, right. It's mid-November. Somehow. Here we are. All right, I can grab it. Okay. Mix, mix. I think we're there. Okay. So you grab the parchment. I cannot. If you ever want me to stay in one place for a very long time, or you ever want me to go to my version of hell, it would be having to open things. Hold on, I'm gonna have Nick open it. Oh, and there's tape on here too. So not only do we have to open it, but now I have to peel this tape off. It's harrowing. Okay. Ta-da. Okay, really? We're good enough. I'm a spoiled brat and I miss having parchment in bakeries and in school. It just came in a big sheet, no roll, but at least it's something. Okay, you could just lay your parchment down here and roll this out on your parchment. I'm a weirdo, so I prefer olive oil spray. I prefer to roll it right on my counter. So non-stick spray. OCD is like, remind them that you wiped it down with spray before, and this isn't disgusting. But there you go. So this is only dough. This is great. You can use this for pizza crust, breadsticks, whatever the hell you want. I'm just gonna roll it out like a big flatbread. Ta-da, that's it. That's literally it. So now what I'm gonna do is put some of that, and then it goes in the oven. I'm not gonna put it in the oven right now. I'll put it in once I get off of here and plate everything up and send and put pictures. My oven is so loud, it's insane. So I spared everybody. But yeah, that's it. That's it. We made all this stuff and we've been here almost an hour, but I also like to talk a lot. So I hope you see my goal for this was to see you can throw together things with holiday flavors really easily. You know, just don't feel like it's either about being restrictive and missing out or feeling like you have to pay for it for months after the holidays. You know, just pick and choose which dishes you find you like that are hormone friendly. And you know, let us know if you need any help. Me and the coaches, we're here for you. So we'll talk again. Yeah, we meet again next Tuesday before Thanksgiving. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun and enjoy your night. I'm gonna go eat. All right, bye.